Welcome to Hot Air TV. I'm Michelle Malkin reporting from Camp Justice in Baghdad, Iraq. Brian Preston and I have spent the week embedded with U.S. Army troops at Forward Operating Base Justice in northern Baghdad. Over the next several days, we'll bring you interviews with commanders, local Iraqis, and our findings regarding the Associated Press's media malpractice in Huria. Outside the wire, we toured the slums and met with neighborhood leaders inching towards self-sufficiency. We sipped chai with a sheikh who condemned terrorists on all sides.
The key to the peace is to destroy the terrorism in the world. Iraq is the one who's going to make the peace. And Iraq is going to be the one who's going to make the new Middle East. I hope with the American people we're going to establish peace. And we're going to make a new version for the world to see.
We watched residents bicker over a civil affairs blanket drop in Kadamiyah. There's nothing glamorous or romantic about these missions. No one will make a Hollywood movie about our men and women in uniform engaged in the tedious, painstaking business of moving Iraq towards stability and governability. But if the war is to be won, if security is to be established and the foundations of a civil society bolstered, this is ground zero. This is the hard slogging of counterinsurgency that doesn't make the "if it bleeds, it leads" nightly news. The troops we met ask only three things of their fellow Americans back home: time, patience, and understanding of the enormous complexities on the ground. The Iraqis we met had similar requests. No one we talked to wanted American troops to withdraw. There was universal agreement that abandoning the mission would be a disastrous capitulation to two-bit thugs and rogue operators. Sectarian violence is just one piece of the enormously complex puzzle here. Winning the counterinsurgency battle is not just about keeping Iraqis safe. It's about keeping Americans safe by sending a message that the mightiest military in the world cannot and will not be outwitted and outlasted by the fleas. There is a significant secular population here that opposes extremists on both sides of the Sunni-Shia divide and does not want Iraq to become either a stronghold for al-Qaeda or a satellite Iranian-controlled theocracy. Since coalition forces simply can't catch and kill every insurgent and militia member lurking in the populace, it's up to the military to persuade the Iraqi people to turn on the bad guys, join the political process, and help themselves. At FOB Justice, a task force of brainy commanders, brawny patrol officers, courageous Arab-American interpreters, wizened trainers and intel gatherers, baby-faced convoy drivers, and grim-humored gunners, attempts to put President Bush's winning hearts and minds idealism into daily practice. They build relationships with local leaders and young unemployed men in the slums, not as a feel-good exercise, but to dissuade them from joining the militias, and to help bring the country closer to stability inch by inch, neighborhood by neighborhood.
One of the things we're focusing on is trying to do a lot of little projects that show immediate results. The big projects don't teach people how to work. They just kind of show people something. If you give people little projects or meet them halfway, that forces them to get up and do things halfway. And that's, I think, at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is teach them to help themselves.
We met young Yahya al-Suhail, a young native of Kadamiyah, who summed up local sentiment about the presence of U.S. troops.
All the people now, we need the American forces. Even when the peace will come to Iraq, we need them to help the Iraqi IA, the Iraqi government, to build a good government.